Thomas Studios. It is Center Court and Game Time presented by Kia. Hall of Fame cast. I'm here too. Casey Stern, Grant Hill, Candace Parker, Isiah Thomas. Fun night around the association. A lot of basketball, and we got rid of the left-hand drive for those who missed the big news. And in now the open, the dunking, which is, and not like you superimposed dunking over Zeke, but you doing your thing, Candace. You happier about that?
Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome. This is when you're directed by things upstairs and we don't mean in your brain, and then all of a sudden you blame production in a tweet. That's coming later. In the meantime, here's Kawhi. I would say he's managing just fine because Zeke, when he has played, looked fantastic, healthy, played well.
You know, he's found his rhythm in this league in terms of when to rest and when to play. And this has been he's been consistent with this since San Antonio. So San Antonio, Toronto, and now the Clippers, this has been his pattern of play, and he's always played well with his load management.
Game was tight late in the first half, in which Kawhi had 26, Candace, in the first half alone.
I mean, we all know what Kawhi can do, and that's why I think I've believed so heavily in this load management thing. I mean, G. Hill, can you imagine we would have had load management during our career if that was a thing?
I can't imagine at all.
I mean, listen, he's going to be at his best when it counts.
I'm still trying to find out, like, who came up with the name load management?
It should be body management.
Okay, well, we could just call it rest. Either way,
Exactly, rest would be a
the
great
Cavs
way.
needed one early because this game had a 30-point advantage, and then some of it was growing, and it wasn't going to stop. We have not seen, Zeke, a lot of Kawhi and Paul George together with PG-13 dealing with the injury. That's what you wonder, how much of that for continuity as we go on the season is something we look forward to.
Well, I think once the playoffs get closer, and when they do get in the playoffs, these two will find a way to play together and be extremely effective.
By the way, very nicely done, as Grant almost spilled something on set. That's called getting even with a teammate kick save, Candace. By the way, and a beauty, Luka Doncic, who's been that and then some all season. Pedestrian first half for him, G. Hill, but Dwight Powell and company were great. Powell 6 of 6 at 15 in the first half. Hardaway, the rest of the team has followed. They really have played a balanced style for the most part, in addition to Doncic. By the way, some good balance there from Golden State. Happy on the bench, down though 15. Late in the first half, more work inside. Rick Carlisle, a lot of good credit for the coaching, deserves it, but watch here. Tough fall. How dangerous are all these scenarios, Grant, when you go up in a spot like that?
You know, every time you go up, there's always a risk in traffic of somebody landing on somebody's foot and getting hurt, and obviously right there, you hope it's not too serious for that young man.
Jacob Evans, they take him to the hospital, get evaluated, receive further testing. We hope, and so far it seems like things will be okay. That's the best news you could hear. Better than what happened on the floor, where too easy inside the paint there, Candace. Second chance points.
Yeah, I think, Dallas had their way this entire game, really. I mean, if you look at the plus-minus, everybody on Golden State in the starting lineup was at least a minus 20.
Zeke, Powell 21, 9 of 9 from the floor. Doncic, who only had 20 and 8. They still put up 124. Are we not giving enough credit to what's around Doncic, or is that still the biggest question as we move on this season with Dallas?
No, it was a great game. I mean, look at the score. Dallas won. Ain't nothing else to talk about here.
See, that is called keeping it precise.
Come on. Let's be real.
That's the Charlon analysis of the game, brought to you by Zeke. On a night where we're going to talk, obviously, a lot, spoiler alert, about Ja, just tremendous in terms of his talent. Let's talk about these two. A lot of talent on the Clippers. Continuity, it's something that takes time on the court, right, Grant? Take us through the hardest part of what's going on with the injuries now, especially when you look at what's happening to PG with L.A.
No, it is. I mean, you just haven't had a chance to, consistently see these guys together at their best. And I do believe with what Isiah said, as we start to get closer to the end of the season and ramp things up towards the playoff, I think they'll both be on the court a lot more, getting their timing and their rhythm. And speaking of rhythm, basketball, I mean, it is rhythm. And for a guy like Kawhi to miss as many games and then just all of a sudden come back and have these type of moments. I mean, it's just, you said it best. He's figured out what works for him. may not work for everyone else, but it's worked for him. And he's just sort of reminding everyone and showing what he's capable of doing. That'll pay off, obviously, in the postseason. I just worry about their standing.
Is it safe to say that this is Kawhi's rhythm?
No, it is.
I mean, when you look at, again, San Antonio, Toronto, and now the Clippers, this is how he's played in the days off that he's had during the course of the year. And I think he's been pretty consistent with it. And I don't know if it's good for everybody else in the league, but for him, it's definitely worked.
Well, one thing I think that I've been a little confused about is going into the season, we 100% checked the defensive category for the Clippers.
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000%. We knew that defense was going to be the defense that was going to be played. It was going to be by the LA Clippers, and so far it's been by the Lakers. I think that's the biggest surprise when you have the type of roster they have, and they're giving up over 120 points. I mean, that's what I'm concerned about.
And they've played more. Look, we can talk about all the names, but with AD out, LeBron playing, with both of them out, consistent play has been to the Lakers side, which is surprising for the Clippers. By the way, when you said, speaking of rhythm, I thought we were going to show what Zeke did before.
No.
Wait for it. It's coming. And we'll show you what John Morant did as well. The other side for Celtics in the great rivalry, and it all ends up with Dame and CJ against the Dubs. We go to that winning streak. Spoiler alert. Still going and going. Russ not going tonight, back-to-back. He rests. No rest for the beard. Shots.
I bet he steps back.
Too easy.
A 3. It's good. Lead 9. Early. Then Second Spectrum helps us take a look at John Morant's efficiently from 3. Continuing to work on that shot. It's what he did inside that'll have you going, like every defense, because you think the step back's coming, Grant, and then that comes. Hard.
The most unguardable guy I've ever seen.
Nice look here. The vision on the court from Ja. Special, Zeke.
Ja.
It's special.
That play right there made all of us jump out of our seats when we were watching it.
Oh, we weren't done, though. More from Ja and JJ. Jackson at 15. Brandon Clark had 14 and 7.
And this made us jump even higher.
That is beautiful.
This is right.
The energy that these kind of plays were bringing, the moments, and you see the inside dish to Clark has been terrific. Really the story of the first half. But the game was close. Lead was 6. And Harden, not done, Candace. He had 41. Now, he did shoot 13 of 37 with no rust there.
Bet he steps back.
But these would go. Kept him in the game. This one here will give him the lead, 76-75. You know, we talk about all these underrated. Jonas Valanciunas has done a really good job, Zeke, since he's come on board a year ago with Memphis.
Yes, he has. And you know, he was doing a good job in Toronto. They didn't want to trade him, but they made that trade, brought Gasol in. But, you know, Valanciunas fits great there with the Grizzlies.
19 and 6. Rivers lead 1. But then Dylan Brooks from deep. He had 24. The balanced scoring, and look, Morant with these, I mean, from deep, from inside, and everywhere. But are we giving enough credit, Grant, for how the others have all really stepped up and taken that next step in their careers?
I mean, Morant obviously gets most of the attention, rightfully so, but collectively, this young group, all playing great basketball during this hot streak. Very impressive.
And the assists, I mean, averaging over 30 last number of games. Candace, feeding the basketball, good culture right now, and a lot of fun down in Memphis for sure. For right now.
10 for 11 from the field. Doesn't get much better than that. 8 assists. I mean, Ja is playing.
You know, it could get better.
Like the rookie of the year.
Well, I mean, if you perhaps could borrow 3D's jacket, I'll show you. He's chatting with Ja after the game. Take a look.
Ja, we talked about it yesterday. Getting to the paint, finding your shots. Take us through the night.
I was just hungry, man. We needed this win. A great team on our home court, and I was just making the reads off the defense tonight and was able to score and also dish to my teammates.
We talked about it yesterday in Shooter's Paradise. When teams back off of you, you're going to shoot the 3. Take us down how you shot the ball with so much confidence tonight.
I work on it each and every day. I'm confident in my shot. The doubters said I couldn't shoot, so, I mean, I'm proving them wrong. So I just shoot, make them pay.
We talked about this also yesterday. This is what you believed in, leaving school early, being the leader of a franchise.
Yes, sir. Point guard, that's the #1 leader on the floor. And, I'm confident in myself and believe in myself. and I know I can do it. And I have great guys surrounding me, a good supporting cast, from the second man to the bottom, even the coaching staff. We have a great team, great staff, and we're just going to keep pushing.
And Coach Jenkins talked about in the fourth quarter, for you guys to grow, you had to play the kind of defense you played. You kind of grew up in front of the fans tonight.
Yeah, we was hungry, man. They got off to a great start. Was making a lot of shots. We know we had to pressure the ball a little more, force them into tougher shots, and just be smart and don't reach. And late in the game, we got some stops and was able to go and score on the other end. And credit to my teammates, man. They came out and played hard, competed since the jump ball, and we won.
He was aggressive. He's been playing well all year. You know, obviously scoring the basketball, but getting his teammates involved. And he just brings a pace that, you know, that's a very fast pace that, you know, makes his teammates and makes defenses get back in transition.
Some love from James, who had 41 on his own. We give love moments of celebration. Charlon. They are moments of celebration, like about plays, but how about the celebration, Zeke?
Come on, you
Right there.
That is definitely a Sherline celebration moment, and I don't know who that little dude is on the screen, but I know who Ja and JJ is.
So you think you can dance? Right there.
I think we're going to see a lot of that this year.
Oh, I hope not.
And then you got the celebration here. Tony Allen a little tough on G, who tried to pretend he wasn't grabbing himself after that.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
hit that whoops.
No.
I mean, it's a woo.
That's the dance move. That's the new
I
move.
look,
Hit it. Hit it.